I'm Wyatt Cash with Scoop News Group, and we're here today with Ben Sweezy, Digital Strategist at Salesforce. Ben, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to talk.
Well, let me start by asking, what does IT modernization look like and mean in government in 2021?
It's interesting because I think the best answers to a question like that actually have very little to do with technology and a lot more to do with the management aspects of IT. I think modernization in 2021 probably includes a customer element and a business element. When I talk with our federal agency customers, what I hear over and over again is that they want to make progress on understanding their organization's customers and how they can continue to address their needs and provide support for them. And that ends up driving their IT investment and IT modernization plans. And I think the business aspect is a continued change from the practices of managing IT as a series of one-off projects that then kind of have a long tail of sustainment, and more thinking about how do you invest in a capability to continuously discover what your organization's customers need, what those customers' needs are, and how can you address them.
Well, how did the pandemic, in your estimation, affect the need to modernize more rapidly in government?
Well, I think clearly the biggest impact immediately on federal agencies was on what the day-to-day work looks like. As we left the offices, many of the interactions that we maybe took for granted inside the workplace have disappeared from our environment. I think managers are probably still exploring what's been lost as some of that office banter has given way to, much more formal Zoom calls. I mean, I guess a Zoom call doesn't sound like it's formal, but the fact that so much of our interaction with our colleagues is taking place in these planned channels, it really changes what's happening. And I think they're still discovering what are the little pieces of data sharing, what is the little bits of incidental cooperation, assignment of work, the shaping of assignments, what kind of oversight happened. All of that has been changing or was previous. I think we're kind of all learning what aspects of work were being done intuitively in the in-person environment. And I think that people are asking, well, what could systems or collaborative platforms do to kind of help restore some of that management of the work? And I think we'll see more as we move from a conversational way of doing and working on work, more use of tools like case management systems or things that are built into platforms that whole teams are using to share data, insights, and assignments.
Well, as you continue to talk to agencies, what major priorities stand out for modernization in government today?
Certainly what I've seen with federal agencies over the last year has been an immediate focus on how do they continue to support their employees as not just remote work becomes broader, but just as all of us are responding to new pressures and sort of different anxieties in and around the workplace, especially as the workplace goes home, but not just that. We've seen a big focus on investing in all sorts of services between the government and their employees, things that address workplace safety, trusted communications, portals for employee wellness, and just more accessibility to the kind of services and applications that employees need. That's been a big area of growth for us, but I think it's also been a challenge for agencies as they think about, well, what are all the ways that we really touch our employees and provide them support over the day or months?
Well, lastly, Ben, after modernization in government, what comes next?
After modernization? I mean, to me, modernization is a word we use to describe getting a closer connection between IT leaders and the needs of their organization, something that's always going to be there. As the organization and its customers as the organization and its customers' needs keep changing and evolving, the opportunities for technology leaders to be helpful are going to keep changing. Modernization means staying on top of that. Over time, I think there's going to be a narrowing of differences between kind of steady state O&M spending with capital investment, especially as more and more technology solutions become subscription-based or priced by consumption rather than having a large upfront cost. And that just, I think the key word is continuous. Modernization means moving to a more continuous posture of discovering and acting on not just needs, but opportunities in your organization. So whatever the use cases that are being targeted right now are, they're going to give way as IT leaders discover new needs and new things in their organization.
Well, Ben Sweezy, thank you so much for sharing some of your insights on modernization in government with us today.
Great, thank you.